hang on, no, oh, you turned it on? All right, well, hey, Kyle.
Yes.
All right, crew. This is your crew. Extra eyes, extra ears to offer insight and illumination into how you go about playing. Right? So is there anything in particular today that you want them to focus on?
My whole life I've been having like stiff shoulders, so like.
Okay, so let's see how the choices that Mikail makes about his shape and his idea of himself might contribute to stiffness in his shoulders. And also our usual things that we look for, comparing top half to bottom half, left to right, front to back, and what you notice about his breathing. All right, so you play, I'll get out of the way over here,
Okay.
and we'll come back.
You just hit the track. Yeah, it counts up. 1.
Oh, yeah, why don't I
Yeah,
hit
yeah,
the
yeah.
track? Yes, sir.
I hit it. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah. I hear the dragon.
Give that man a hand. We'll tell you about it.
Yeah, because I didn't hear the piano.
Yeah, I got your phone up all the way, but
No, no, get it.
the back thing, I didn't want to go on the mute. So, for Mikail, top half, bottom half, what you got?
Definitely seemed to have a lot of this, like, right.
My zone, yeah.
It was definitely right.
Right, I'm just emulating this so the camera can see it.
Mhm.
So Andrew was saying in here and Rita saying
Yeah,
so.
very true.
So you were really drawn to what was happening there,
Mhm.
okay?
You felt like you're feeling it there, you know?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Went in, for sure.
Anybody else, top half, bottom half? Yeah, Henry.
I mean, I think that's top half, simply the fact that you only gave yourself one, foot on the ground, so because there's only one foot on the ground, you're forcing yourself to kind of like make up for it in the shoulders. So it's definitely in the top half.
Oh, yeah, that's just like.
I mean, not only does it, no offense, look a little less professional when you cross your legs when you play, it just also puts you on balance.
True, you go like this, right? But
That looks a lot, to me, more like,
The angle,
I'm
it's
taking
like
more
more
serious.
serious.
Well, you ever use one of those?
Yeah.
I used to play classical like this.
I know it's
Ah.
uncomfortable. I know it's uncomfortable.
Yeah,
but-
right.
Man, throw it off.
I don't know, I see something about like
What?
jazz music to me, sits like you can relax and play. Like you don't have to be like.
I'm tense in my head, right? Like my wrist is all like loose, yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to be like upright, but.
I mean, like Jocko literally walked on his
Yeah.
face.
That looks crazy.
But
Yeah,
he's
it's
also
also
standing,
true.
he wasn't sitting down.
Yeah, it's,
Yeah, it's awesome.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Let's give him one shot.
How about you? Top half, bottom half, equal, beats me? You, the man himself. It's a tough
Actually,
one.
no,
Yeah,
it's a tough
no, I
one.
was trying to formulate my sentence.
Yeah.
I went to Carolyn Wilkins for a right keeping like twice,
Yeah.
and she says I have a lot of tension in my shoulders, and it's not a physical thing. It's like she's like, what's going on in your life? Then she's like, come back for another session. I can feel it. So like, I was hoping you could tell me.
Well, she and I teach an ensemble together, so you can sign.
An ensemble, like an ensemble song?
Yeah, rhythm and flow ensemble, check it out.
Or
Rhythm what?
flow.
Yeah,
Rhythm
she's
flows?
rhythm, I'm flow.
That's so cool.
Anything.
Yeah, no, I see top half also. The, I don't know how much of this I want to get into on something that's on video. You do absorb or take up your response to forces that impinge themselves on you, is through here. You know, this is sort of the locus of everything, so from that, I say top half. We can, we'll try some things to make it flow a little bit more. Now, what was really intriguing to me is that halfway through this tune, it changed. I don't know if you felt
Yeah.
that or not.
I
Yeah.
saw,
Remember,
like,
Sig, you
when
saw
you turned
that?
up the
Yeah.
music,
When
that
I
was,
turned the music
Yeah.
up,
that was one thing I was
yeah,
gonna say.
something happened,
Well,
and you
you
became
heard
much
it more.
quieter through here.
You heard more of the music and not,
Yeah.
that's.
I'm in the zone, yeah.
Yeah.
My quiet
I-
space.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, I think this is
Also
just a
so
wonderful song.
Yeah, it doesn't help, like.
You know, because there's something very.
Keep it in my repertoire.
Yeah, there's something very peaceful about it, but there's something very forceful about it at the same time. So, yeah, please keep it in. It's just, to me, it's a really good one for you, so I'd stick with it. Left versus right.
Wait, left?
Left is his
Yeah.
left, his right.
Obviously, the side that's not supporting his leg with the leg up, the
Yeah.
tension kind of rides a lot. It looks like it rides along the back edge of the arm
Yeah.
and less
Uh-huh.
into this arm.
Right.
Your fretting hand looks a lot more relaxed than the arm connected to your flexion.
So you would be saying right, you would be saying right, and
Left brain
things are
tree.
things are heading that way, okay.
Opposite, right?
What?
Sorry, interrupting.
Yeah, that's true, there's also another thing that's with there, which I'll get to in a second, but I wanna hear from them. Left versus right, anybody else?
I
Eric,
kind of agree with Emery, what Emery was saying. I mean, I'm a guitar player as well, and I do feel a difference when the body of the guitar is more balanced to the right than to the left, and maybe it is a more comfortable position. But I feel that it hurts the back at some point, and it gets, it's not as, the focus may be more physical, I think, than when you're able to balance the guitar with the structure that we were speaking about in your
This is my
body.
girl, man. Wherever she goes, I'm there for her, yeah.
What?
This is Gloria, by the way. Yeah.
Gloria, okay.
Okay, well, so like when Gloria is like more balanced with your body, I feel that if it's not to the right, you would do what happened in the second part that you were doing. That I felt more, you were not as conscious as your movements, but more in the music
The
itself.
zone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're more confident.
Hopefully.
Oh,
Feel like-
no, well, I think it's, yeah, that was reality. That's more than enough. Yeah. How about you? More active left, more active right? Equal? Don't know?
It's, I think for like the string players, right, it's always like
Mm.
like the right hand always kings, right?
Yeah.
It's like the string skip or like alternate pick or like, you know?
Mhm.
My left hand is like pretty,
Free.
yeah.
Well, has got more possibilities, right?
I like
When
possibilities.
your right hand has far fewer possibilities in the
Mhm.
context of what you're trying to do.
Wow.
So you have to find your own creativity within a fairly limited choreography, right? With a limited set of gestures, but you can find creativity in all of it, because it happens.
And I don't know.
Yeah,
If,
oops.
and I don't know if this would also help you, but something I try to do for what you were saying about your right hand is we usually tend to think about the harmony and the rhythm in the left as guitar players. I don't know, that's why it's faster, but don't forget that your right hand also.
I never think about technique ever. I don't do technique. Since I come to Berkeley, I haven't touched technique.
So let's not call it technique. Maybe just you get used to your body and how it moves,
Yeah.
to the way you play. So let's not call it technique, but just how familiar you are with the freedom of your movement of the right hand.
But to be, I did work my technique a lot when I was like coming up. But
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
no,
but
don't
I
get
mean,
me
I'm not thinking
wrong.
of like some crazy guy. No, I did work with it. Yeah.
Of course.
Alternate picking, like
Yeah.
all that stuff, clean and
It's
light.
so
You
conscious.
know what,
Yeah.
I'm gonna do we're gonna be doing this in 2 weeks, but I wanna ask you something now before we get to front and back. Do that thing again.
Like this.
Yeah. What do you believe your wrist is, Mikail? Where's your wrist?
Where?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And where's your fingers? How far do they go?
Oh, actually, fingers is like a muscle
Yeah,
over
fingers
here.
are-
Well, the muscle part, but the bone part.
Oh, bone.
Really good.
Maybe, yeah, I don't
It's
know.
a tough question,
Yeah.
isn't it? We'll explore this in detail in 2 weeks, but it's one for you to consider. Right? And you might try tracing, and see where you can feel bones. Your fingers are longer than you think they are, is what it boils down,
Well, it's up to here, yeah.
Yeah, right, yeah. So we'll do a lot with this in 2 weeks, but there's something else that goes on with your wrist. Front versus back.
Bass player.
Ooh, you may have gotten with that one.
Pretty even, I'd say.
So you got equal then?
Yeah.
Okay. Anybody else on front back? Another way of thinking about this one is, if he holds himself up, where does he hold himself up from?
Oh, which one is that for?
Well, here, I'll hold myself up with my front, right? That's what I'm doing right now.
Mm.
Now I'll hold myself up with my back. They're different things. And in both cases, I'm holding myself up.
Oh, I hold myself from the back.
Yeah.
Okay, so you gave
Through
me
life.
You
Yeah,
gave me away.
that's what I was gonna say.
Oh,
But, like,
yes,
His
yes,
core
I
is
agree.
like kind of like pivoted a little bit back, but it's
Right.
front coming from the back up,
Right.
like a little bit slash.
Right, so, yeah, you hold yourself
Yeah.
up with your back, yeah, absolutely.
On the street too.
Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. And where do you believe, if you were gonna do this kind of motion, right, change the angle of your legs and your torso, where do you believe that happens from? Just try it.
Like this?
Yeah. Where does that happen from as far as you're concerned? Sort of point to that place. So he's,
here.
yeah, okay. So he's doing the classic guy thing, which is putting a joint at the level of your belt. We go around all the time wearing belts and start to believe there's something there that really lets you make these angle changes, right?
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's not there. It's not there. It's really way under here. It's where your leg bone hits your pelvis. But it's far lower than what you believe. And if you try to make a joint here, what are you going to do? Oh, you're going to work hard with your lower back to make sure you can do this kind of thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, which is what you're running into. So it all comes from being a guy and wearing belts.
So don't wear
Did you hate
belts.
that? Did you hate that?
That's good.
Yeah.
What about Mikhail's breathing?
Really?
All those are also doing.
You want to breathe?
What about Mikhail's breathing? What'd you notice? Wow, you really got him.
I mean, he plays like a horn player. Like the sound,
Oh,
like his
like
phrasing is
phrasings?
crazy. Like,
Yeah.
like not like in a bad. Like I think that's a compliment.
Yeah, it is.
Thank you,
Horn
thank
players-
you, thank you.
Horn players tend to have very good phrasing. He has
Yeah.
very good phrasing. It
Oh.
sounded like.
Does he
speech.
breathe like a horn player when he plays like
I was
one?
too
I
distracted
didn't
by
see-
his guitar playing.
Ah,
I didn't see
okay.
that.
All right, how about you? What do you say about breathing, sir?
I think when I think in terms of like breathing and playing, right? It's because like I may say a lot of things, but there are more things in my mind. So
Yeah,
like
sure.
I'm just trying to like say every second thing.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
hopefully
yeah,
that
yeah.
like manifests as like a breath.
No, that, well, yeah, right. Do you sing along in your mind?
I used to think it was like it's like chicken and egg, but I realized like this some guy asked Tony Williams, the
Yeah,
drummer, right?
yeah, yeah.
He said like is it like fingers or like just like the bounce? He said it's
Both.
both. Because it's
It's
both.
both,
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
right.
It's your wrist and it's your
Yeah,
fingers.
yeah,
And it's a
yeah.
combination of both, and then it all comes from the fulcrum, for the drummer.
Mhm.
At least that's how I see it, but a lot of it.
I think like your intention, right? Like inside, right,
Right.
will dictate like every physical like part of your body. Like, you know,
Mm.
if I want to go there, you just go whichever way. You know, the most efficient.
Do you mind if I do something with you and working with you that's, sound exotic and it's fairly deep, but I think it's gonna work out.
I like exotic. I like deep.
So what I hear in Mikail, tell me how you feel about Mikhail's voice compared to the sound on his guitar when Mikail talks.
They're
Do you-
both different.
Okay, so talk about what you hear. What do you hear or sense is the difference?
I guess I'd go off of the second half of his tune when he was playing, when the volume was turned up. Like when it was turned up, like he was a lot more confident and smooth, which is equal to his voice. His voice is pretty smooth when he talks. But when
And you
in
see
the
his
first
voice,
half,
and you hear his voice is confident also?
yeah.
Everybody
Most-
go,
most of the
everybody go
time,
along
yeah.
with that one?
From observation. And then, but the first half of it was a little bit choppy and like over the place because couldn't hear the tune. I understand that. And a little bit like, a little bit over, a little choppy. And sometimes
I thought it did,
we
yeah.
stumble upon words that.
Does his voice come out like a songbird's?
Me. I really am no judge, but if I could have an advice that I can see, I think that you're a very creative person, and when you were able to do that in the second part of your playing, you said a lot of
Yeah.
things, and I feel that the way you speak is very fluent in that sense that you have a lot of ideas going on in your mind at the same time, and you're maybe rushing into those ideas. So I feel that in guitar you just have to maybe with your voice or guitar just calm down and say the exact intensity that you were saying those things, say it, but after you calm down first and you realize that you want to be
All right, so
that
here's an
intense.
interesting thing, Harry. You cannot say to yourself successfully, calm down, right? Calm down, Mikhail, it
Just
doesn't work out, right?
I think it's not the meaning of the meaning of the word that I wanted to get to.
No, the words perfect.
Hmm.
The word's perfect. But we can make it more likely that you'll reach calmness.
Exactly.
That's sort of the territory
We
that
just
I
have to
look at,
find the.
right?
And it's what you were
Now,
saying, of course.
I'm gonna do the hands thing. There's a muscle in this neighborhood, the neighborhood where you saw and you felt that you were working very hard. there's a muscle in this neighborhood that connects from the hyoid bone, which is the bone that your tongue and your voice box connect to, connects between there and your shoulder blade. So, oh, that's beautiful. This muscle, as it eases up, will allow your voice to emerge. I think your mind is very calm inside. There's a lot going on, but it's not like, you know, running around. It's just there's a lot going on.
A lot, yeah.
Yeah, a lot. But it doesn't feel to me like it's.
Oh, no.
Right, but sometimes when and you have to slow it down to get it out with your voice, right?
Yes.
Because you
Voice
have
too
a
slow.
zillion thoughts and the voice is way too slow. You know, so
Guitar's too slow.
we need like this
I'm not
synchromesh.
fast enough.
We need the synchromesh, you know, to get the there you go, to get the words out. And what I'm doing with the contact with my hands is encouraging, you see the little tensegrity toy there, this little bit of bounciness between your shoulder blades and your hyoid bone, right? Which, yeah, there you go. Which will give your voice more space. And then you'll feel, oh, that's nice. You'll feel like you have more space, I hope. And that'll be reflected in your guitar.
Well, to play again.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Let me just give me a couple of moments. This is okay?
Oh, yeah.
Well, I have to check.
Usually I'm super sensitive to touch, but I don't know why you're like really chill.
So there'll be that slight give and take all the time. Slight give and take, just like what happens when you pluck the strings. You know, they vibrate, right? We vibrate also. I'll try to figure out how to put that back in the beginning. But I may need a 21st century person's help to do this, okay?
I feel like my dad called me a hippie. So maybe
Oh,
I
you
should
know
give
what?
it 60s.
Hey, Mikail, don't say it on the film, but you're gonna have to do the password. Maybe you can set this.
Password? I can. It's out of the second chair.
It's just a box. It's on another side now.
And I'm increasing the main volume.
Yeah, play like the same thing twice. Like,
Well, you don't have to play the whole thing.
You know what I mean?
You don't have to play the whole thing
same
this
song
time.
twice, I don't know.
You ready?
try more than it. Maybe not.
Okay.
Hell no.
But not conscious.
Hell no.
I don't know watching. Like just now it's like fresh.
However,
Doesn't-
Okay. You ready?
Sing every note.
Yes, sir.
though.
Oh, yeah,
Like, wow,
same.
yeah.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
Okay, I gotta start after this chorus.
You listen to a lot of Miles Davis.
Give that man a hand. Christ. What did you see? What did you hear? Yeah.
I think
Eric.
the biggest difference that I really saw, in a way, I don't know if it changes, but your body in a rhomboid shaped
Yeah.
form. That
Rhomboid.
even when you were like crossing your legs and the guitar was here, I felt that your body looked harmonically focused like this.
Yes, he was much more coherent.
Yeah.
And his shape made sense
Mhm.
for what he was doing. Yeah. What else? What else?
First tune not tight, right? Usually.
Huh?
First tune not tight. The first song, right? Was not tight.
What else did you hear or see, you all?
It all flowed. Like,
Yeah.
Just like,
Yeah.
it was like a river of notes.
Did you see a big difference in here?
You
Did you
seem way
see
more
that?
comfortable.
Yeah.
This,
Yeah.
you know, the sort of kite thing, right? Which you saw with him before with the struts going that way and that way. That all became flexible.
And
And,
sorry.
No, go ahead.
Something also interesting that I saw is that you started playing just as you started the last time, but then I felt that something happened to your mind and you were like, no. And then you put your both of your feet down and just started playing, and then everything just flew naturally to this position.
The second time I felt like it was, the first time was like a performance, and the second time was like a hang.
Mm.
yeah, right.
Exactly.
Yeah,
And I like hanging
Yeah, you
out and
just
jamming.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and also, do you realize that, I'm sorry, but the way you speak also changed?
Mhm.
I know, that's why I stay away from people, because like,
Mm.
Yeah.
when like I'm on the wrong, like, in the wrong
Setting,
kind of mood,
right?
people can't
Yeah.
take me, so like,
Mm.
but
You know,
they
your
I get
voice
you.
became much fuller.
really,
You know, I mean, I see all that stuff that Carolyn pointed out with you about this as a long-running sort of paradox or
Mm.
problem. How do I resolve the fact that my mind goes so fast, but I can only say
So little.
part of it? You know, how do I turn into a poet because you can't get it with prose?
okay.
You know, and yeah, you're getting there. You're getting there. I mean, we didn't spend too much time, and it really came out.
Yeah.
Anything else from me, kind of? Yes,
I'm
Emery.
gonna say, there are times when you rush your phrases.
Mm.
Those were the times that you weren't listening. Those were also the times you weren't breathing.
Yeah.
So,
They all go
Ah.
together, don't they?
Yeah.
Yes, 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 absolutely.
So yeah, for the most part, the second performance had, I thought your breathing was better because you were more relaxed, so therefore you weren't rushing your phrases.
Mm.
But yeah, I think that's a direct result of what happens when you get uptight, and it all builds with the shoulders and everything
Yeah,
that's happening.
yeah.
So that's all I have to say.
Now, see, the other thing with that, Emery, I never said relax.
Yeah.
Right? It's just that we have this wave-like integrity thing that goes
Yeah.
on between your shoulder blade, your hyoid, and it turns out your breastbone as well. The three here are the base, and then the hyoid's the apex of it. But, Mikail, I'm gonna say thank you for letting me do that.
Oh, yeah.
It's more than I would usually
You're
do in a
welcome.
group setting, but, you know, I hope it.
Thank you, because it's helping me.
Oh, good. Give him a hand then.